We're taking you next to a conversation. This is a conversation led by the Isha founder, Sadhguru. He spoke to CNN News 18. He spoke in specific about the need for farmers to adopt more natural ways of infusing ingredients into the soil. He said, and I'm going to quote here, fertilizers are like medication or vaccination that needs to be given in small doses for healthy growth. This was part of a larger conversation that he had. This was with my colleague Rohini Swami. Take a look.
When you come and when you meet people, when you meet farmers, are they open to now looking at more innovative, natural ways of saving the soil? Because chemical fertilizer is something which is a major problem when it comes to that, isn't it?
See, if you try to pin the problem on one aspect, then that aspect will push back because that aspect has saved our lives. Today, if you take away all chemical fertilizer from the planet, all pesticide from the planet, I would say the world's food production could come down to 25% of what it is right now. That is signing a death sentence upon ourselves. Most important thing is, we have conducted our soil unconsciously. Maybe in our eagerness to produce more food for growing populations, we went that way. I see what damage that we have done was a bridge that we created. When we create a bridge to cross a certain problem or a certain chasm of situation, once we cross the problem, we must get down to the ground. If we stay on the bridge forever, we are on a bridge to nowhere. That's what we are doing. We've had bad agricultural years, but never had a famine. So, we crossed that bridge of food scarcity. Today we are a food surplus nation. This is the best time to land from that bridge once again on the land. What is it that makes our life happen? What makes our life happen is the microbial life which is in the soil in trillions and zillions, actually. The same exists in our bodies. Microbial life is the most fundamental life for you. Bringing back the soil to its aliveness, treating the soil as a living system is most important. So this is not against fertilizer, this is not against chemicals, it is just that we must use those things judiciously. Today we are a technological generation, we must bring in robotics where insecticides and fertilizers will be applied only in a doctored way, just where it's needed. We can grow the food that we need in 1/3 of the land that we are using right now.
Okay, Rohini Swami, who conducted that interview, is actually with us live this morning. Let's go over to her. Rohini, could you bring us more context? What was this larger conversation a part of? What was the larger discussion?
Well, World Soil Day was celebrated, but more importantly, we're also looking at how Sadhguru has been in a arduous but a very long and challenging task of saving the soil globally. And we've seen that he has driven kilometers and kilometers globally, crossing more than 80 to 100 countries on a bike. And the whole idea is to talk about how our soil is the basis of our life and our existence. So if you listen to the way Sadhguru has been talking, is very clearly he's saying that we need to ensure that we use a lot of natural resources, natural ways of enriching and nurturing our soil at the same time, because that is what is the essence of life, because soil is connected to food, soil is connected to water, soil is connected to us as being a part of our basic living, right? And also he covered a lot of other issues, including what the world is seeing as this point of time. A very important point that he also raised was how India is a food surplus country, but we need to be more self-reliant, we need to be more self-sufficient. And just quickly, I'll tell you, give two interesting points. One is about how we are importing food products from other countries when actually we can do it ourselves. So a simple example was of sandalwood. Sandalwood is something that we all pride in India. We have talked about it through our ancient texts, but we are right now importing it from Australia, is what Sadhguru said. Another thing is about how we should be growing natural products and farm naturally within our country, use and use these products internally within the country itself, be it any kind of food, be it grains or any other kind of food products as well. So clearly, saving the soil is an important element that one needs to take, even as an individual across the world globally, as a responsibility. A very simple thing is go down to any part of any land, take the sand in your hand and feel it. He says that there is life in it, there are microbial lives there, and he's given statistics about how we have lost more than 60 to 70% of our microbial life within soils. And the need is to ensure that we enrich them, and we enrich them with nutrients.
Okay,
An
Rohini, thank you for
important
those
point that
details.
was
Thank you. All right, that's Rohini Swami. She brought us those details. She also brought us that earlier interview with Sadhguru. It's